What's up peeps? Another day, another lore video. This time we're talking about the war between Titan Forged and the Black Empire, plus we're uploading these videos to more platforms now. So, hello VidMe, how you doing? Also, I've now got a Patreon page. Moving forward, if people want to support the channel, they can pay $1 a month, and that is all. That is all you have to pay. But in return, what you'll get is early access to the content. You'll be able to watch it before anyone else. You'll get to discuss the things with me directly. We'll have regular discussions, Q&A sessions, all of that sort of stuff. And for anyone that does decide to support the channel, I just want to say I love you. Not in a weird way. But without further ado, let's go! Led by the Keepers, the Titan Forged first hit the Black Empire's northern holdings, taking the Akia and Raki and Old Gods completely by surprise. The Old Gods were kind of taken aback by this overwhelmingly powerful army, but they were determined not to lose control over Azeroth, so they had a little Old God brain trust meeting and they were like, release the Elemental Lords! Hashtag fart jokes for days part 2! The enraged Elemental Lords and their minions approached the Titan Forged army from all sides. The Keepers knew that they needed to avoid being overwhelmed by everywhere farts, and these would be the worst kind of farts. Wet farts, earth, wind and fire farts. Do you remember? So the Keepers decided to divide and conquer, setting specific groups of Titan Forged against a particular foe. Tyr and Odin went up against Ragnaros. Their battle raged for weeks. It was one of those battles that probably went on for a bit too long, and there's fire and magma everywhere, and at first you're like, holy cow, this is amazing! But then after a while you're like, okay, yeah, we get the picture. But the Keeper's metal forms kept them safe from Ragnaros' fiery curry farts. They pushed him back all the way to his volcanic lair in the east and they defeated him. Or did they? They did. Meanwhile, Freya and Archidus confronted Therazane, the stone motherfucker. She ran away and built some walls. Archidus used his control of Earth to weaken her walls and shatter the craggy giants that guarded them. Freya then threw some flowers at her. That didn't seem that effective though, so she used giant roots to entangle Therazane's citadel and bring it crashing down on her head. Archidus was like, probably should have led with that to be honest. And then Freya queefed, and Archidus was disgusted. Ra, Thorum and Hodir went up against Alakia. There were so many farts. Just farts everywhere. There was never a moment's rest. Even at night, when they'd set up camp, Hodir would brew some tea and they'd be sat around a campfire, singing Kumbaya, trying to keep things light, and then boom, there's a fart in the tea. They used his farts against him though. They had control over skies and storms, so they pushed him back all the way to his lair atop the highest peaks of Azeroth. Lightning set the skies aflame, and as we all know, farts are pretty good conductors of electricity, I think. Look, I'm not a scientist, alright? Get off my case. Neptulon tried to rush to the aid of each of his comrades, but he was waylaid by Loken and Mimiron. His wet farts proved useless against the wit and intelligence of these two Keepers. Plus, they just kind of made him feel dirty, ashamed and uncomfortable. Ultimately, Loken used his arcane powers to freeze Neptulon's watery minions, and Mimiron crafted enchanted bonds to imprison the Elemental Lord. The Keepers knew they couldn't completely destroy the Elemental Lords. Their spirits were bound to Azeroth itself, and if they were to be killed, they'd just manifest again in time. Keeper Ra found a solution: imprison them as Sargeras had done with the demons. So he called upon the Titan Forged sorceress Helya to create 4 interlinked domains within a pocket dimension, known as the Elemental Plane. Once created, they banished the Lords and their minions to this enchanted prism realm. Helya probably celebrated by saying, hell yeah! And the Keepers probably thought she was saying her own name and just kind of smiled and nodded at her while secretly thinking she was weird. Ragnaros was exiled to a smouldering corner of the Elemental Plane known as the Firelands. Therazane was locked into the crystalline caverns of Deepholm. Alakia was imprisoned within the cloudy skies of the Skywall. Neptulon was sucked into the fathomless depths of the Abyssal Maw. Only a few elementals remained on the surface. With their leaders gone, they were all like, nah. And they abandoned the war. Having defeated the Elemental Lords, the Keepers turned their attention to the Akiri. These insectoid twats were mostly burrowed underground, so Archidus bent stone and soil to his will, driving the Akiri out of their burrows to the surface. Upon emerging, the Akiri found themselves surrounded by the Titan Forged. The following battles proved unexpectedly vicious, but in time, the Keepers destroyed most of the Akiri race. Only a handful of them remained due to the fact that they'd tunneled deep underground, but these remaining Akiri were too weak to mount a counterattack. I'm going to leave it there for this video, but obviously this war is far from over. Things seem to be going well for the Titan Forged army thus far, but as you may be starting to realise, a quite common theme in the lore, good things tend to come to an end. Poop's gonna hit the fan. So we'll see what happens in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like or upvote it, subscribe or follow, all of that sort of stoof, and all that's left to say is, thanks for watching and see ya!